The story begins in Jiangcheng City, where our main character tries to help a young woman. Unfortunately, she assumes he's just pretending to help so he can get her phone number. Calling him a creep, she storms off. The protagonist sighs to himself, "I've only been away from this city for 5 years, and the girls here have changed this much? I genuinely tried to help her, and all I got in return was an insult. Then again, these are just ordinary people. How could they possibly understand the world of immortals?" 5 years ago, he was just an ordinary boy himself, a member of the Yi family in Jiangcheng. Because he was born weak, he was bullied throughout his childhood. But while outsiders looked down on him, his family loved him unconditionally. Thanks to them, he had a happy life. Everything changed 5 years ago. His father once saved a child, unknowingly offending several powerful families from the capital. Days later, those influential figures came seeking revenge. The villa that had once been filled with laughter became a slaughterhouse. His entire family was massacred. The only survivor was a helpless, powerless boy, him. People always said humans were two-faced, but that day I saw just how hypocritical they could be. Everyone who claimed to be my father's closest friends stood there and watched my family die. Not a single one of them stepped forward to help. That day, he made a vow. If I survive, I'll make every one of them die like dogs. He had tried to take revenge even back then. But what could an 11-year-old child possibly do? Just as those murderers were about to kill him, his mother threw him into a raging river to save his life. They believed there was no way he could survive, but fate had other plans. His master rescued him from the river and took him to Kunlun, where he spent 5 years training and mastering everything he needed to avenge his family. Now that he had returned to Jiangcheng, Yi Chen made another oath. "I swear, every single one of them will pay with their lives." His anger exploded, releasing an overwhelming aura that instantly caused everyone nearby to clutch their heads in pain. Realizing what was happening, Yi Chen quickly suppressed his power. "These are ordinary people. If I don't control my aura, they'll all die." The pressure disappeared. The confused pedestrians looked around. What just happened? It felt like 1,000 kilograms were pressing down on my head. Yi Chen calmed himself. "Revenge can wait. Right now, I need to complete the mission Master gave me. He always says that rushing things only leads to disaster. I won't let my desire for revenge cloud my judgment." Soon, Yi Chen arrived outside Maybelline China Cosmetics, one of the country's top 500 companies. The person he had come to meet was the company's president, Jiao Ro. 3 days earlier, his master had foretold that a terrible disaster would strike her and that she would die within the next 100 days. The only person capable of saving her was someone who possessed the purple dragon's power, and Yi Chen happened to be that person. His master had once jokingly mentioned that he had been romantically involved with Jihu's grandmother years ago, making it highly possible that Jihu was actually his granddaughter. Yi Chen shrugged. "Whether that's true or not doesn't matter. I'm only here to do my job." As he tried to enter the building, 2 security guards stopped him. Yi Chen said, "I need to see Jihu." One guard sneered. "Not everyone gets to meet President Jihu. You need an appointment. And judging by the way you look, you don't even belong inside this building." Yi Chen replied calmly, "It's an urgent matter. If she's busy, that's fine. I'll just wait for her on the lobby sofa." The guard rolled his eyes. "Are you deaf? You came here wearing a cheap pair of jeans and an even cheaper shirt, and you think someone like Miss Jihu would meet a beggar like you?" Yi Chen smiled. "Looks like you don't understand polite conversation." He released a tiny fraction of his aura. Both guards instantly dropped to their knees. Their faces turned pale with fear. What just happened? It felt like we came face to face with death." Ignoring them, Yi Chen walked inside. "Always treat people with respect. Sometimes, your loose tongue can get you killed." He casually sat down on a sofa. "Now go call your boss." The commotion quickly attracted a crowd, and dozens of security guards surrounded him. Soon, the head of the security department stepped forward. "I'm the chief of security. Why are you causing trouble here?" Yi Chen answered calmly. "I'm not interested in you or your team. I'm here to see Jiao Ro. Just arrange the meeting." The security chief swallowed nervously. "This guy feels incredibly dangerous. One wrong move and he might rip my head off." Trying to stay polite, he said, "I'm sorry, but Miss Jie didn't come to the company today. If you leave me your phone number, I'll contact you as soon as she arrives." Yi Chen nodded. "You should have said that from the beginning. All this unnecessary drama could have been avoided. Don't worry, I have plenty of free time. I'll wait here. You can all get back to work." The security chief thought to himself, "Is this guy insane? If we let someone this dangerous wander around, we'll definitely lose our jobs." Just as he was about to force Yi Chen out, a woman's voice echoed through the lobby. "Stop, Mr. Zhao Ju. There's no need to do anything." One employee whispered, "Who is that beauty?" Another replied, "That's our new director, Miss Sunny. She's the only woman in the company whose beauty can rival President Jia's." Mr. Zhao Ju immediately warned her, "Miss Sunny, this could be dangerous. Please stay back." Sunny walked forward anyway. "Hello, my name is Sunny. How can I help you?" Yi Chen froze. Sunny, of everyone in Jiangcheng, she was one of the few people he had never forgotten during the past 5 years. Back in middle school, they had shared the same desk and had been close friends. Everything changed after high school. When Yi Chen secretly returned to the city after being rescued by his master, he discovered that the Yi family mansion had been sealed off, and that the entire city had erased his family's existence. Under pressure from the powerful families in the capital, everyone had cut ties with the Yi family, Everyone, except Sunny. She ignored the gossip and visited his parents' graves, leaving flowers in their memory. The timid, gentle girl he remembered had stood against the entire city just to show his family a little respect. It was something he could never forget. I always thought I'd never get the chance to repay her kindness. Maybe this is that chance. Sunny noticed him staring. You're standing a little too close. Yi Chen snapped back to reality. Sorry, I got lost in my thoughts. To be honest, you remind me of an old friend. Sunny laughed. That pickup line isn't going to work on me. She then turned to the guards. You can all leave. He seems like a decent person. If he's willing to wait patiently, what's the problem? No one is going to cause a scene here. Yi Chen smiled to himself. Sunny is still just as kind as she used to be. The only difference is, back then she had golf ball, now she's got basketballs. A little later, Sunny walked toward her car. The moment she opened the door and got inside, she froze. Yi Chen was already sitting in the passenger seat. Startled, she exclaimed, "When did you get in here? And what do you want now?" Yi Chen said, "I just needed a ride." Sunny looked at him in confusion. "Weren't you waiting for someone back there?" Yi Chen smiled. "That's not as important anymore. I have something else I need to take care of first." Sunny laughed softly. "At least tell me your name. Otherwise it'll feel like I'm giving a ride to a complete stranger." Yi Chen silently observed her. A dark, ominous aura surrounded Sunny's body. It clearly indicated that something terrible was about to happen to her. She was one of the few people who showed kindness to my family. There's no way I'll let anything happen to her. Finally, he replied, "My name is Chen Han. Now, can we get going?" Soon, the two of them arrived at Dragon Lake Hotel. The moment they entered, countless eyes turned towards Sunny. "Who is that beautiful woman? She's easily the prettiest girl at this entire party." Someone else whispered, "Wait, isn't that Director Sunny? Why did she bring a man with her? This is the first time she's ever attended a party with someone." Sunny smiled politely. "Would you like something to eat?" Just as they were about to sit down, several businessmen walked over to greet her. Yi Chen thought to himself, "Looks like Sunny is pretty famous around here." One of the businessmen raised his glass. "Director Sunny, please have a drink with us." Before Sunny could answer, Yi Chen stepped forward. "Sunny doesn't like drinking. I'll drink on her behalf." The businessman frowned. "Who are you? Why are you speaking for her?" Just as Yi Chen was about to respond, Sunny stopped him. "I really can't handle alcohol. I'll only take one sip, so please don't force me to drink anymore." The group smiled. "That's perfectly fine." Just then, a cold voice interrupted them. "One sip? That's nowhere near enough." Sunny's expression instantly changed. "Chen Feng, you're here?" That's Chen Feng, the second young master of the Chen family. Last time he harassed Director Sunny at a party. She got so angry that she threw her drink in his face. He's obviously here to get revenge. Chen Feng smirked. "Last time, we didn't finish our business. If you want me to forgive what happened, you'll have to drink this entire bottle. And don't misunderstand, this isn't a request. It's an order. If you refuse, you might even lose your job." Sunny forced a smile. Everyone is enjoying the party. If I drink too much, I'll only end up causing trouble. But deep down, she remembered exactly what had happened before. Last time, this bastard spiked my drink. The moment I took a sip, I realized something was wrong, so I threw the entire glass in his face. He's trying the exact same trick again. Ji Hyun Feng grinned wickedly. "Why are you so nervous? I've already booked a room upstairs. If you get drunk, I'll personally take care of you." Today, refusing isn't an option. Sunny's heart filled with fear. She had heard countless stories about Chen Feng. Every woman who accepted a drink from him ended up ruined. Growing impatient, Chen Feng sneered. "Still don't understand? Even if President Jia herself were standing here today, she'd still have to drink if I told her to. So what makes you think you can refuse me?" Sunny lowered her head. She came from an ordinary family. She had dropped out of school early and started working at a young age. Through years of hard work, she eventually became the director of a prestigious company. Although she was financially independent, she still couldn't stand against powerful young masters like Chen Feng. At that moment, Yi Chen calmly walked over. He snatched the bottle from Chen Feng's hand and smashed it over his head. Chen Feng screamed in disbelief. "How dare you hit me? Even my own father has never laid a hand on me." Yi Chen looked at him coldly. "You son of a bitch, who gave you the right to force someone else to drink? Be grateful I held back. Otherwise, after taking that hit from me, you wouldn't even be able to speak." The entire hall fell silent. This kid is finished. The Chen family is incredibly powerful. There's no way he's leaving this place alive. I've even heard they have powerful martial artists backing them. Even the police avoid getting involved with them. Sunny's face turned pale. Poor Chen Han. He had no idea who Chen Feng was. He only stepped in because he thought Chen Feng was bullying me. But now he's dragged himself into a disaster. She hurriedly pleaded, "Mr. Chen, I'll drink as much as you want. Just, please let my friend leave." Chen Feng wiped the blood from his forehead and laughed viciously. "Neither of you is walking out of here alive today. Dragon Lake Hotel will become your grave." Before he could finish speaking, Yi Chen kicked him square between the legs. Chen Feng collapsed to the floor in agony. Through gritted teeth, he growled, "You've made the biggest mistake of your life." Yi Chen grabbed him by the hair. "You'll find out very soon who really made the mistake. As for who's going to die today, let's wait and see." Yi Chen continued beating Chen Feng mercilessly. At that moment, Chen Feng's father arrived. "Let go of my son," the crowd gasped. "That's Chen Zhenguo, the head of the Chen family. He even brought the family's martial arts master with him. That kid has no chance of surviving now. Why would someone as important as Chen Zhenguo come to an ordinary business party? How am I supposed to save Chen Han now? Yu Chen glanced at the old man beside Chen Zhenguo. So that's the martial artist everyone was afraid of. He looks incredibly weak. Why were they making such a big deal out of him? Chen Feng shouted. Dad, this bastard attacked me for no reason. You have to avenge me. Chen Zhenguo coldly replied. Shut up and stand behind me. Master Ming will handle everything. Master Ming stepped forward. For someone your age, your martial arts talent is impressive. But provoking the Chen family was the biggest mistake of your life. Yu Chen smiled. You're talking as if you've accomplished something. For someone your age, you've done nothing but waste time. By the way, why exactly are you all blocking my way? Chen Zhenguo sneered. Did you really think you could beat up the Chen family's heir and walk away? Master Ming will make sure you die a slow and painful death. A death so complete that not even your corpse will remain. Master Ming walked right up to Yu Chen. If you kneel, apologize, and become my disciple, I might consider sparing your life. Sunny was stunned. That old man's movement was unbelievably fast. So this is the strength of a true martial artist. Yu Chen chuckled. You're only a couple of years older than time itself. So enjoy whatever time you have left. Because you're about to die from a single backhand. And just so you know, I don't just beat people, I drag them across the ground first. Master Ming's face darkened with rage. He launched a relentless barrage of attacks, but Yu Chen simply threw a single punch and buried Master Ming into the ground. Everyone stood there with their mouths hanging open. Yu Chen smirked. Close your mouths. A fly might crawl inside. Chen Zhou was horrified. Master Ming, lost to a kid? How is that even possible? Master Ming coughed up blood. What level is your cultivation? Who are you? Yu Chen released a tiny fraction of his aura. The overwhelming pressure forced Master Ming to spit out another mouthful of blood. Chen Zhou was stared in sad horror. What kind of power is this? I've never seen anything like it before. Yu Chen looked directly at him. Your name is Chen Zhou, right? A while ago you said you'd make me die like a dog. So, what happened? Couldn't make it happen? At the same time, Yu Chen thought to himself, the Chen family played a major role in destroying the Yi family. Today, I'll bury them with my own hands. Panicking, Chen Zhou was shouted, Guards, what are you standing around for? Attack him. The guards rushed forward in large numbers, only to be beaten back within seconds. Yu Chen said calmly, I don't like hurting innocent people. Stay out of this if you value your lives. Finally, Chen Zhenguo dropped to his knees. Please forgive me. I failed to teach my son proper manners. That's why he offended you. I promise he will never dare do something like this again. Yi Chen looked down at him and said, a moment ago you were acting so arrogant, and now you're on all fours like a dog. You know I have a very bad habit. I never forget a grudge. So now that this has started, I'll make sure to finish it. At that moment, several police officers rushed into the hotel. The captain shouted, stop right there. But the moment she looked around, she froze in shock. The mighty Chen family was kneeling before an ordinary young man. Chen Zhenguo felt relieved. Thank goodness the police are here. So what if this kid is a powerful martial artist? He can't stand against the government. Meanwhile, the female captain was stunned. Isn't that the Chen family's martial arts master? Why is he kneeling? Did that young man force him to his knees? Grabbing Chen Zhenguo by the hair, Yi Chen said, this old bastard's son was harassing a woman. So I taught him a lesson. The captain immediately drew her gun. Let him go right now or I'll shoot. Yi Chen remained completely calm. Go ahead. Bullets won't make much of a difference to me anyway. This is a personal matter between us. You shouldn't interfere. The captain frowned. Is this idiot serious? He's actually telling the police not to stop a fight? Doesn't he know that maintaining law and order is our responsibility? She warned him once more. I'm giving you one last warning. Yi Chen looked at her coldly. Then listen to my warning as well. If you interfere again, it won't end well for you. Just as he was about to make another move, Sunny quickly grabbed his arm. Chen Han, stop. Yi Chen looked at her in confusion. Sunny, why are you stopping me? Sunny replied firmly. If you don't stop right now, I'll never speak to you again. Please listen to me, and don't attack them. Then she turned toward the officers. Officer, he'll cooperate with whatever you say. Please don't shoot him. Yi Chen sighed. So what happens now? Are they going to arrest me? Sunny smiled reassuringly. Not while I'm here. The security footage proves you acted in self-defense. You'll only have to write a statement, nothing more. The scene shifted to the police station. An officer reported, Captain, we've reviewed the surveillance footage several times. A large portion of it has been deleted. From what's left, it clearly looks like Yi Chen was acting in self-defense. The captain frowned. Which part was deleted? The officer pointed at the screen. Here Master Ming is standing in front of Yi Chen. Then the next clip suddenly shows the ground destroyed, with Master Ming lying there. There's no footage showing what actually happened. The captain thought, the hotel is only a few minutes away from the station. Who could have deleted the footage so quickly? Looks like this young man has an incredibly powerful background. She finally made her decision. Since we don't have any evidence against him, we'll have to release him. After leaving the police station, Sunny smiled. See, I told you they'd let us go. Today was really dangerous, but thankfully everything turned out fine. Yi Chen silently thought, the real threat to Sunny is still the Chen family. Once I leave this city, they won't let her off so easily. I have to deal with them before I go. Meanwhile, Sunny secretly stared at him. Sometimes he's unbelievably sweet, and other times, he's terrifying. Yi Chen noticed her gaze. Why are you staring at me? Don't tell me you've fallen for me. Sunny quickly blushed. No, it's nothing like that. I was just wondering where I should drop you off. Yi Chen smiled helplessly. I don't have a home. I don't even know where I'm staying. I'm just following wherever my path leads me. Sunny thought for a moment. So, you don't have anywhere to stay in this city? She hesitated before speaking. How about staying at my place? I have a spare room. It's not very big, but it's definitely better than sleeping in a park. Yi Chen teased her. Aren't you afraid I might do something to you? Or is this your way of repaying me for helping you today? Sunny's face turned bright red. What kind of nonsense are you talking about? Not far away, the female captain quietly watched the two of them. She thought, the Chen family's bodyguards are all retired soldiers. There's no way a kid could defeat all of them so easily. Something about him doesn't add up. I need someone to investigate this boy. She immediately made a phone call. Brother C, I need your help. I've sent you a video. Can you tell me what level that young man is? The scene shifted to the Siberian mountains. A man checked his phone and sighed. Grown comes from an incredibly wealthy family. She could be living a carefree life with all that money. Yet she insists on working as a police officer at some small police station. And she keeps asking me to solve her cases. Doesn't she realize I'm the leader of the Dragon Soul Squad? Handling ordinary cases is beneath my position. Oh well, let's see what she sent me this time. As he watched the video, he muttered, those bodyguards are all retired soldiers. Gang up on one kid, that's already embarrassing. But the next moment, his eyes widened. The ones getting beaten weren't Yi Chen, they were all the soldiers. He immediately stood up. This kid isn't an ordinary person. He might actually be a grandmaster. He quickly made another call. Send me everything you can find about this young man. I want every piece of information on him. Meanwhile, Sunny had just finished taking a shower. She smiled. Yi Chen, you can use the bathroom now. Yi Chen thought to himself, she's incredibly kind. How can someone trust a complete stranger enough to bring him into their home? While showering, memories from 5 years ago resurfaced. When my master saved me, I thought it was a blessing from heaven. Little did I know, it was only the beginning of a nightmare. On the very first day, his master threw him into a cage with a starving beast that hadn't eaten in 3 days. After an intense life-or-death battle, Yi Chen barely survived. Then his master taught him cultivation. To give him real combat experience, he threw him off mountains, made him fight bears, and forced him to face every imaginable life-threatening situation. Every single time, Yi Chen survived by the narrowest margin, and every time he survived, his hatred only grew stronger. I'll hunt down every single person who attended that banquet the day my family was destroyed. Not one of them will leave this world alive. Meanwhile, Sunny suddenly realized something. Oh no, I forgot to get clothes for Yi Chen. Then another thought crossed her mind. Wait, I also left my own clothes inside the bathroom. I have to get them before he sees them. She quickly opened the bathroom door. I forgot something. Yi Chen turned around. What is it? What do you need? At that exact moment, his towel slipped off. Sunny instantly turned bright red. She bolted out of the bathroom. Sorry, I didn't see anything. Back in her room, she buried her face in the pillow. What have I done? I wonder what Chen Han thinks of me now. Meanwhile, Yi Chen smiled to himself. Looks like she won't be leaving her room tonight. Good. That gives me enough time to finish what I came here to do. The scene shifted to the Chen family villa. Chen Zhenguo was pacing back and forth in rage after the humiliation he suffered earlier. Chen Feng complained, Dad, if you keep walking around like that, you're going to make me dizzy. Chen Zhengu slapped him across the face and said, because of you, our family was completely humiliated today. Master Ming has been seriously injured, and your grandfather is still in seclusion cultivating. If someone attacks the Chen family now, who's going to protect us? Chen Feng quickly suggested, then let's invite Grandpa back. He'll definitely teach that bastard a lesson. Chen Zhengu nodded. We have no choice. That brat is still roaming around freely, and we have no idea what he'll do next. Tomorrow, we'll head to the mountain and ask your grandfather for help. Chen Feng excitedly. Once Grandpa returns, that brat is as good as dead. As soon as Grandpa cripples him, I'll do whatever I want to Sunny right in front of him, and he'll be powerless to stop me. Just then, Yi Chen suddenly appeared. He smiled coldly. Those are some pretty dangerous plans you've made. Don't be nervous. Come on, let's sit down and have a nice little chat. Chen Feng instantly turned pale. Please don't kill me. I made a huge mistake by offending you. Please forgive me. Chen Jingu shouted angrily. Do you even know who you're dealing with? The Chen family has a grand master backing us. Yi Chen asked calmly. Are you talking about your father, the one who went into the mountains 10 years ago to cultivate? Chen Jingu sneered. I know martial artists have their own alliance, and you're bound by its rules. If you attack me while my father isn't here, he definitely won't spare you. And even if you somehow survive him, the martial arts alliance will hunt you down. So it's obvious you can't touch us. Yi Chen smiled. The next second, he struck Chen Feng and killed him instantly. Then he looked at Chen Zhengu. Still think I can't kill you? Chen Zhengu broke down in tears. We never had any personal grudge against each other. Why are you killing my family? Yi Chen, now you remember we had no grudge. I've changed a lot over the past 5 years. let me refresh your memory. Do you remember the Yi family? The family that was wiped out during the banquet 5 years ago? Chen Zhenggu's face turned deathly pale. Everyone from the Yi family died. Don't tell me. You're Yi Chen? How did you survive after falling into that river filled with deadly beasts? Yi Chen smiled coldly. Before you die, let me tell you one thing. You think I'm a martial artist bound by the Alliance's rules? But the truth is, I'm not a martial artist. I'm a cultivator. In your eyes, martial artists are the strongest people in the world. But to cultivators, you're nothing more than insects. Insects that can be crushed whenever we want. Just like I'm about to crush you. With those words, Yi Chen killed Chen Zhenggu and calmly walked away. The scene then shifted to a secluded mountain. The moment the Chen family was destroyed, their grandfather coughed up a mouthful of blood while cultivating. Chen Yan muttered furiously, "Who dared to kill my son and grandson? That bastard didn't just kill them. He also ruined 10 years of my cultivation. I, Chen Yan, swear that whoever did this will die like a dog." Meanwhile, Yi Chen was calmly cultivating. He thought to himself, the spiritual energy in this city is far too weak. If I want to continue cultivating here, I'll have to rely on medicinal pills. Then another thought crossed his mind. Next week is my parents' death anniversary. I'll visit their graves on the mountain. He recalled something from 5 years ago. When he was 11 years old, his father had given him a mysterious black stone. At the time, his father had said, "This is the Yi family's ancient treasure." Yi Chen had carried it with him for 5 years, but he had never discovered anything special about it. Suddenly, he noticed faint inscriptions carved into the stone. What if I try using my blood? The moment his blood touched the stone, an overwhelming pressure crushed his body. As he slowly lost consciousness, he muttered, "Why am I suddenly so sleepy?" When Yi Chen opened his eyes again, he found himself in a completely different world. Holding his aching head, he muttered, "Where am I? And what is this strange mist?" He then saw a massive stone monument with the words, "Reincarnation Cemetery." Yi Chen was stunned. "I've never seen a place like this before." Suddenly, an enormous monster appeared before him. It spoke in a deep voice, "You're only at the Earth Realm. How dare someone at your level enter the Reincarnation Cemetery? Your body isn't strong enough to withstand even the weakest power here. You're far too weak. Stay away from this cemetery, or you'll die for nothing." The next moment, Yi Chen suddenly woke up back in the real world. He muttered, "So what father said was true. This isn't an ordinary stone, it's a magical treasure." He recalled the monster's warning. It said, "I'm still too weak to handle the cemetery's power. That means once I become stronger, I'll be able to inherit the power hidden inside it." He remembered seeing nearly 100 graves inside the cemetery. Each of those graves probably belongs to an incredibly powerful expert. If I can inherit all of their abilities, I'll become unimaginably powerful. Just then, someone knocked on the door. Sunny called from outside, "Chen Han, are you awake? Breakfast is ready, come eat." Yi Chen walked outside for breakfast. He smiled. "If you keep feeding me like this, I might never leave your house. How about I become your personal chef? I'll cook for you, wash the dishes, and I can even keep your bed warm during winter." "Sunny, that's not necessary. Our apartment already has a heating system. But if you want, you can stay here. You'll just have to pay rent every month and help out with a few household chores." Yi Chen scratched his head awkwardly. "Well, I don't actually have any money. I'm pretty poor." Sunny groaned, sighed to herself. "So he's planning to live off my money." At that moment, Yi Chen pulled out a piece of paper and quickly wrote something down. He handed it to her. "This is the formula for a beauty pill. It's a low-grade pill, but it should still be valuable to your company. Think of it as my rent." Sunny smiled helplessly. "Do you know how big our company is? We can't just start selling random products." Yi Chen replied confidently. "I know your company mainly sells cosmetics. Give this formula to your R&D department. I guarantee it's worth at least $10 million. Before Sunny could answer, her phone rang. It was President Jia. "There's a meeting? Please wait 2 minutes. I'll be there right away." She looked back at Yi Chen. "I'll hear the rest of your story later. I have to get to the company now. If you're interested, there are plenty of companies nearby. You could try applying for a job." After she left, Yi Chen smiled bitterly. Master was right. People these days don't trust traditional Chinese medicine anymore. Later, Yi Chen set up a small stall on a nearby sidewalk. He shouted loudly, "Big discounts, 20% off everything. For just $20, I can cure any serious illness. If I can't cure you, I'll refund every penny." The pedestrians, $20 is expensive. This guy's obviously trying to scam people. Should we call the police? Yi Chen sighed. These people are tougher than I expected. Looks like I'll have to move my stall somewhere else. Just then, a young woman walked over. "Can you really cure anything? Come with me. I need your help with something." Soon, Yi Chen arrived at the woman's luxurious house. Looking around, he smiled. "Judging by your house, you're obviously rich. Don't worry. Whoever the patient is, I'll cure them." The young woman shook her head. "I think you've misunderstood." Yi Chen frowned. "I'm a doctor. If you didn't bring me here to treat someone, then why did you bring me?" The girl introduced herself. "My name is Shanmia. I brought you here because you look like an incredibly convincing liar." Yi Chen looked offended. "First of all, I don't lie. Second, stop wasting my time. This is business hours for me." Shanmia calmly handed him a bank card. "Your payment is already inside." The moment Yi Chen took the card, his attitude changed completely. "All right, so, What exactly do you need me to do? For money, I'm willing to do just about anything. Telling a few lies isn't a problem, Shanmia explained. Her father was critically ill. The doctors had already declared that he only had a few days left to live. Her mother was heartbroken and constantly worried about him. Shanmia feared that once her father died, her mother wouldn't be able to bear the grief and might collapse as well. So she pleaded with Yi Chen, "Please take my father away. Tell my mother you're taking him to a mountain for treatment. After a few months, we'll tell her the truth. By then, she'll have had enough time to prepare herself for the bad news." Yi Chen silently thought, "What a strange request, but if that's all, I can actually solve this problem completely." Siwa Chen nodded calmly. "Your problem will be taken care of." Mia smiled. "So I don't have to call the police after all?" Siwa Chen frowned. "What exactly do you mean by that?" Mia replied with a grin. "If you had refused to help me, I was planning to call the police." Just then, a maid opened the door and asked, "Young miss, who is this gentleman?" Mia answered, "He's an old friend of mine. He's here to help our family." Mia then led Yi Chen to her father's room. After examining him, Yi Chen thought, "His condition is far worse than I expected. One foot is already in the grave. Modern medicine simply isn't advanced enough to save him. To be honest, the aura of death has already reached his heart. If it reaches his brain, even I won't be able to save him." Mia explained sadly, "Last month, my father was diagnosed with advanced lung cancer. We've taken him to the best hospitals here and even in the capital, but nothing worked. A few days ago, the country's top specialists came to examine him, and they all said there was no way to save him. Please help me. I'm already about to lose my father. I can't lose my mother too." At that moment, Mia's mother walked in. With tears in her eyes, she said, "You're back. Dr. Q just told me today is your father's last day. How am I supposed to live without him?" Mia was shocked. "I specifically told Dr. Q not to tell Mom the truth. Angry betray my trust." Just then, Mia's brother Long spoke up. "Mia, you shouldn't lie to Mom. Death is something everyone has to face eventually. There's no point hiding it. I've already invited everyone to Dad's funeral. Tomorrow we're holding a grand funeral ceremony." Mia glared at him. "Long, aren't you ashamed of yourself? How could you say something like that in front of Mom?" Long shrugged. "Dad is suffering. In his condition, death would be a relief. I hate seeing him in pain. Don't worry, once I officially take over the company, I'll make sure both you and Mom are taken care of." Hearing those words only made Mia's mother cry even harder. Yua Chen silently observed everything. After Mr. Shen dies, his inheritance will be divided among 3 people. Shenlong wants his mother to die from grief as well. That way he'll inherit the largest share. What a despicable son. Mia snapped angrily, "Have you no shame at all? It's obvious you're trying to kill Mom with your words. You're a truly disgusting human being." Long shouted back, "How dare you insult me? And if Mom says she wants to die, why should I stop her? Your mouth has gotten way too big. I'll teach you a lesson." Just as Long stepped forward, Yi Chen punched him square in the face. Then he said coldly, "Calm down, kid, because if I lose my temper, you're going to regret it." Dr. Q immediately yelled, "Who do you think you are? How dare you hit the future head of the Shen family?" Yi Chen replied casually, "Give me $10 million and I'll cure Mr. Shen." Everyone in the room froze in shock. Mia's mother looked at her daughter. "Mia, can he really save your father?" Mia answered confidently, "Yes, Mom. Yi Chen is an incredible doctor. I completely trust his abilities." At the same time, she thought to herself, "What a shameless guy. We agreed on hundreds of thousands. Now he's asking for 10 million. But calming everyone down is the most important thing right now." Long scoffed. "Even the world's greatest doctors couldn't cure Dad. How is this brat supposed to do it? You're obviously trying to fool everyone. If anything happens to Dad, will you take responsibility? If this fraud harms him, you won't receive a single cent of the inheritance, and your so-called miracle doctor will spend the rest of his life behind bars." Inside, Long smiled to himself. Dad is already dying. Mom won't last much longer either. If I can also cut Mia out of the inheritance, the entire fortune will belong to me. Siwa Chen ordered everyone to leave the room. Once they were alone, he looked at Mr. Shen. "You're lucky. That's why you met me. I've learned enough from my master to save your life. Looks like it's time to reveal my true abilities." He immediately began the treatment. As he examined the patient, he thought, the aura of death has spread throughout his body. The fact that he's still alive is already a miracle. Fortunately, one of his meridians is still open. As long as I use it correctly, I can save him. The moment Yi Chen started restoring the meridian, a terrifying black aura began pouring out of Mr. Shen's body. Yi Chen muttered, "There's no place left for you inside his body." With a wave of his hand, he completely destroyed the dark aura. After finishing, he sighed. Killing someone is easy. Saving them is much harder. Just treating this one man has drained a huge amount of my spiritual energy. I'll need to cultivate afterward to recover. Walking out of the room, Yi Chen calmly announced, "He'll wake up soon." Mia immediately said, "Wait here, I'll get your payment." But her mother asked anxiously, "Is he really going to wake up?" Yi Chen smiled. "You can go inside and see him yourself." She gratefully handed him a bank card. "Thank you so much for saving my husband. Your full payment is already in this card." Before Yi Chen could take it, Long stepped forward. "Wait a second, Mom. Dad has terminal cancer. There's no way this guy cured him. You and Mia may be naive, but I'm not. I'm not letting Dad's hard-earned money go to waste. Until I see the results with my own eyes, he isn't getting paid." Yi Chen smiled coldly. "A frog at the bottom of a well like you can't stop me from getting my money. As for your father, I only extended his life by 3 days. If you want him to live longer, bring the money to me on time. Other than my medicine, nothing else in this world can save him. Diawang shouted angrily, "You're getting pretty arrogant. I'll call the police." Dr. Q added, "I know several officers at the police station. They'll take care of this fraud." Just then, the bedroom door opened. Mr. Shen slowly walked out. Long's eyes widened in disbelief. How is this possible? He already had one foot in the grave? How is he standing again? Mr. Shen looked around and asked, "Where is the great doctor?" Then he turned to Mia. "My precious daughter, thanks to you your father is alive. I feel better than I have in a very long time." He then glared at Long. "And don't think I don't know what you've been doing while I was sick. I was lying in bed, not dead." Long forced a smile. "Dad, I only did what I thought was right. I understand my responsibilities." Mr. Shen snorted. "Are you seriously trying to fool me? Every single day you prayed for me to die as soon as possible. You wanted my inheritance, didn't you? Even if I die, I'll make sure you don't get a single penny. Now go and bring that doctor back immediately. Treat him with the respect he deserves. Otherwise, I'll leave you so miserable that you won't even be fit to beg for food." The scene then shifted to Maybelline China Group. The executives were discussing the company's financial crisis. "Our stock price has been dropping rapidly. It's been a long time since we've launched a new product. Our competitors have completely overtaken us." Hearing this, Sunny asked, "So what can we do to save the company?" Suddenly, she felt something itching inside her pocket. When she reached in, she found a folded note. She was surprised. "This is the formula Chen Han gave me. But when did he slip it into my pocket?" She remembered his confident words. "This beauty pill formula is worth at least $10 million. She smiled bitterly. If this formula really ends up saving our company, that would be the biggest joke of all. Before she could think any further, a woman suddenly snatched the paper from her hand. "What are you hiding in your pocket?" Sunny shouted. "Suna, give that back." Suna looked at the paper and laughed. "A beauty pill formula. Tell me, which roadside quack did you buy this from? You're treating this piece of paper like it's some priceless treasure. I bet you spent a few nights in hotel rooms to get it." Sunny glared at her. "Not every woman spends her nights in hotels the way you do. Now give it back." Suna sneered. "Trash belongs in the trash." She tore the formula into pieces. Enraged, Sunny shoved her. The two women immediately started angry fighting like cats. For the surrounding executives groaned sighed. Those two fight at every single meeting. It wouldn't be a proper meeting without them arguing. At that moment, Ji-hoon walked in. "Enough. Stop fighting. You can't ruin an important meeting like this." The moment they saw President Jia angry, both women instantly fell silent. "You all know why today's meeting was called. Every competing company has launched new beauty products, while we've been selling the same outdated cream for the past 3 years. Does anyone here have an explanation for that?" The room fell completely silent. She then turned toward the R&D department. "I'm asking all of you, have you spent the last 3 years doing absolutely nothing? Why don't we have a single new formula? Not even one new product?" The department head immediately stood up and said, "Miss G, the situation is like this. Competition in the cosmetics industry has become extremely fierce. We've researched countless formulas, but none of them were good enough. We even tried studying ancient formulas, but every useful one has already been used by other companies. We simply couldn't find anything new that could help us develop a breakthrough product." Ji-hoon silently thought, "He's right. The competition is incredibly tough, but we can't let that become an excuse for failure. I've spent 5 years building this company into the strongest business in the city. I did all of this so my parents wouldn't force me into an arranged marriage with some wealthy family. If the company starts collapsing, everything I've worked for will be meaningless." Just then, Suna suddenly spoke up. "Everyone's worried about finding a new formula, but someone in our company already has one." She unfolded the paper and read aloud, "Beauty Elixir Formula." The department head's eyes widened in shock. The Beauty Elixir Formula. That's the name of an ancient formula that disappeared over 500 years ago. The queens of that era were said to have used it. "Miss G, if this is really the genuine Beauty Elixir Formula, our company could be saved today." Ji-hoon looked at Sunny. "Sunny, hurry and show us the formula." Sunny quickly waved her hands. "Everyone's getting excited for nothing. A friend of mine just wrote it down casually." Ji-hoon replied, "Even so, let us take a look first." Sunny shook her head. "Please try to understand. My friend simply wrote it as a joke." The other executives laughed. If it were really such an incredible formula, why would someone write it on a piece of tissue paper? Suna smiled to herself. "Sunny, you're finished. You're about to get scolded for nothing." Suddenly, the department head picked up one of the torn pieces of tissue. After examining it, he shouted excitedly, "This is real." He turned towards Suna in fury. "I saw you tear it apart. This formula could have determined our company's future, and you destroyed it. You used to be a department director, didn't you? As of this moment, you're removed from your position. And if this formula can't be restored, I promise you'll spend the rest of your life behind bars." Suna's face turned pale. "Miss G, please forgive me. I had no idea it was a genuine formula." The department head explained. "Years ago, our department managed to obtain a small fragment of this formula. That's how I recognized it. It's absolutely authentic. With this single formula, we could develop countless new products. I can guarantee our company will return to the top of the industry." Ji-hoon immediately ordered, "Sunny, use every resource you need. No matter what it takes, we must restore this formula." Meanwhile, Suna was completely stunned. How is this possible? How could Sunny's formula actually be real? Please let this all be a nightmare. Ji-hoon looked at her coldly. "Suna, a priceless formula landed in our hands, and you tore it apart for no reason. I've noticed you've become increasingly arrogant lately. Perhaps becoming a department director made you forget your place. So from today onward, I'm giving you a job that will teach you some humility. There's an opening for a sales associate at one of our new stores. From now on, you'll be working there. Later that day, Suna returned home. She called out Chen Han, but no one answered. She wondered, did he leave? I never imagined the formula he gave me would actually be genuine. Did he only step out for a while, or has he left for good? The more she thought about it, the stranger it seemed. He defeated so many powerful people by himself. Then he casually wrote down a formula in just a few seconds, one that could save our entire company. Could Chen Han actually be one of those legendary hidden masters from the stories? And now that I was finally about to learn the truth, he disappeared. Just then, someone gently tapped her shoulder. Yi Chen smiled. Were you looking for me? Startled, Sunny turned around. When did you come back? Yi Chen answered. You told me to look for a job, remember? So I went out this afternoon to find one. What did you need? I heard you calling my name as soon as I came back. Sunny hesitated nervously. Yi Chen noticed her expression. Why are you so nervous? Just say whatever you want. I promise I won't get angry. Sunny lowered her head. I'm sorry, the formula you gave me, someone tore it apart. Yi Chen looked surprised. What? Didn't your company like it? If you want, I can write you an even better formula. I'll give it to you tomorrow morning. I'm exhausted today. Sunny quickly stopped him. Wait a second. Yi Chen sighed. Now what? The way you're acting is making me nervous. If you're asking for that kind of favor, I may be tired, but I still have plenty of energy left. Sunny rolled her eyes. If you keep talking nonsense, I'm calling the police. What I wanted to tell you is this. When you came to the company the first time, you caused such a huge scene because you wanted to meet Miss G. Now Miss G wants to meet you. Yi Chen shrugged. That's all. Forget it. I don't have time to meet her anymore. If she wants to see me, she can come find me herself. Sunny looked confused. But why? The first time, you practically turned the entire security department upside down just to meet her. Why don't you want to see her now? Yi Chen replied calmly. The first thing she did was humiliate me and have security throw me out. I have my pride too. Now I'm simply treating her the same way she treated me. Sunny explained, she wasn't trying to ignore you. She's the CEO of a huge company. Everyone has to make an appointment to meet her. But now that she knows who you are, she wants to meet you personally. Would you consider meeting her tomorrow? Yi Chen shook his head. Tell her that if she wants to meet me, she can come to me. I'm not the kind of person who goes back to a place where I've already been insulted. Now I'm going to sleep. We'll talk about everything else tomorrow. Afterwards, Sunny called Ji-hoon and explained everything. Ji-hoon smiled. So he wants me to go meet him instead. That's fine. I'll go see him personally. Until then, keep an eye on him for me. After hanging up, she couldn't help but smile. This man is really interesting. First he caused a huge commotion just to meet me, and now he's refusing to see me. I want to find out what kind of person he really is. The next morning, Yi Chen arrived at Rain Hall, the city's largest herbal marketplace. Looking around, he thought, this is the biggest herb market in the entire city. Judging by the crowd, the quality here should be excellent. His attention was suddenly drawn to an old painting. After taking one look, he commented, as far as replicas go, this is actually a pretty good fake. A young woman immediately glared at him. What did you just say? How dare you call my Jew family's treasured painting a fake? An elderly man quickly interrupted. Ji-hoon, don't be so rude. The girl protested. Grandpa, he's insulting our family treasure. You spent a fortune buying this painting. How could I not be angry? The old man turned toward Yi Chen. Young man, countless appraisal masters have examined this painting. What exactly makes you think it's fake? Yi Chen smiled. Then every single one of those so-called masters is an idiot. They must have closed both their eyes and their brains while examining it. I'll admit one thing though, it's an excellent replica, good enough to fool ordinary people. I only came here to buy herbs, but if a family treats fake antiques as priceless treasures, how am I supposed to trust the quality of your herbs? Hearing that, Ji-hoon completely lost her temper. The old man quickly warned her, you're a martial artist. You can't attack ordinary people. Calm yourself. But Ji-hoon ignored him. I'm definitely not letting this jerk off the hook. Yi Chen grinned. What? You're angry? Go ahead and hit me. He even pointed at his own cheek. Here's my face. Although, you're not even tall enough to reach it. Furious, Ji-hoon immediately launched a kick. The old man became anxious. She's trained under a famous martial arts master. If she hits him, this kid could die. However, before her kick could land, Yi Chen casually caught her leg with one hand. Then he smiled. Is that all you've got? Ji-hoon was stunned. I've shattered solid walls with this kick. How did he stop it with one hand? Yi Chen smirked. My turn. He effortlessly slammed her onto the ground. Then he said, I didn't expect you to be a martial artist. Here's a piece of advice. The martial art you're practicing isn't suitable for women. If you keep training it for a few more years, you'll end up crippled. Ji-hoon shouted angrily. You shameless jerk. You threw me onto the ground. She looked at her grandfather. Grandpa, avenge me. The old man sighed. Haven't you realized it yet? He threw you down without using any internal energy at all. No ordinary person could ever do something like that. Ji-hoon pouted. When did I ever say he was ordinary? I'm saying he's a first-class scoundrel who's doing nothing but causing trouble. Yi Chen chuckled. Since you've already called me a scoundrel, let me show you exactly how troublesome a real scoundrel can be. The moment they felt the overwhelming pressure radiating from Yi Chen, both the grandfather and granddaughter instantly froze in fear. Jihyun panicked and shouted, "Grandpa, run! We can't defeat him!" Jihyun immediately bowed his head. "Young man, please forgive us. We failed to teach my granddaughter proper manners. You're an elder, so you don't need to apologize. If anyone should apologize, it's this rude little girl. She clearly needs to learn some manners." Jihyun then asked respectfully, "You said this painting is fake. What exactly did you see?" Without saying another word, Yahello infused the painting with his spiritual energy. Instantly, hidden words appeared on its surface. No fool should ever buy this painting. The copy was made so perfectly that it became almost impossible to distinguish from the original. That's why the creators secretly left this message inside it using Ki. Only someone who has mastered Ki can reveal these hidden words. That's why neither you nor any of those so-called experts ever discovered the truth. Soon afterward, Jihyun returned carrying every herb Yahello had requested. "Miss Ju, thank you for packing everything yourself." She crossed her arms. "Do you even realize how rare and expensive these herbs are? Can you actually afford to pay for them? Miss Ju, do you know that the human body is made up of about 70% water? But in your case, that water has been replaced with arrogance. You're so hot-tempered that even your height stopped growing." Jihyun exploded in anger. "Did you just insult my height? I admit I'm not as strong as you, but if my master were here, he definitely wouldn't let you get away with this. I don't argue with little kids. I only talk to people my equal. Go drink some milk first. Maybe you'll grow a little taller." Jihyun quickly stepped in. Then he turned to Yahello Jing. "Please don't take a child's words to heart." Yahello smiled. "Don't worry. I'm not so narrow-minded that I'd hold a grudge against a child." Jihyun nodded gratefully. "I've already written down your list of medicines. Within a few days, every herb you requested will be delivered. And you don't have to pay for any of them. Please accept them as our apology. I don't like owing favors, accepting charity, or being indebted to anyone. I'll pay the full market price. Otherwise, Miss Ju will probably curse me behind my back again." Jihyun laughed. "Thank you for visiting today. By the way, I completely forgot to ask your name." As Yi Chen walked away, he answered, "My name is Yi Chen." Jihyun froze. Could he be from the Yi family of Jiangchen? Jihyun looked confused. "Grandpa, why are you so shocked? Is he some famous martial arts master? How do you know his name?" Jihyun's expression turned sad serious. "If he's really the Yi Chen I'm thinking of, then this city is about to be drenched in blood. Everyone who mocked the Yi family over the past 5 years is about to face their worst nightmare." On his way home, Yi Chen thought, "My parents' death anniversary is almost here. I won't let it pass quietly this year. But before that, I need to deal with the pests who have been following me this whole time." Meanwhile, Jihyun muttered to herself, "There's no way he's stronger than my master. He only got lucky with that painting." Jihyun sighed. "Jihyun, both of us completely misjudged Yahello 10. He's not equal to your master. He's at least 10 times stronger." Her eyes widened. "How is that possible? My master is one of the strongest martial artists around. How could some random young man surpass him?" Jihyun answered solemnly, "The man you're calling ordinary is, in my opinion, a grandmaster. A true grandmaster is powerful enough to defeat an entire armed army alone. To someone like him, people like us are no different from ants." Jihyun frowned. "I know how powerful a grandmaster is, but how could someone so young possibly become one?" Jihyun shook his head. The strength he displayed today was beyond even that of an ordinary grandmaster. If this young man continues cultivating for another 20 years, there won't be anyone in this world capable of standing against him. Fortunately, the Zhu family met him early. Making an enemy out of someone like him would be the biggest mistake we could ever make. Meanwhile, the man secretly following Yahello's fawn. This has to be the divine doctor that Mr. Shenhai told me about. He promised me a huge reward if I could find him. I can't believe I located him this quickly. Yahello suddenly turned into a narrow alley. The man became nervous. Did he notice me? I have to hurry. I can't let him escape. The moment he entered the alley, Yahello instantly grabbed him by the throat. "Looking for me? Well, now you found me. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you." Terrified, the man begged, "Please spare me. I'll tell you everything. My name is Feng Tong. I'm a 41-year-old private detective." He immediately started rambling about his entire life, his home address, his miserable childhood, and every insignificant detail. He even confessed, "One time I accidentally wore torn underwear because all my clean clothes were gone, and my friends still make fun of me for it." Yahello frowned. "Enough with the nonsense. I'm not asking for your autobiography. I'm asking who sent you." Feng Tong answered honestly, "Mr. Shenhai hired me. He promised to pay me $100,000 if I could locate you." Yi Chen thought, "I extended Shenhai's life by only 3 days. He must be searching for me because he knows no one else can save him." Feng Tong smiled awkwardly. "How about we go to Mr. Shenhai's mansion together? We'll split my $100,000 reward 50-50. Without looking back, Yi Chen replied, "Tell Shenhai one thing. If he values his life, he'd better stop playing these pointless games, and tell him not to bother me again. I'm a very busy man." Feng Tong hurriedly explained, "Mr. Shenhai doesn't have any bad intentions. He only wanted to know where you were. If you're leaving, that's fine, but at least give me your address before you go. The scene then shifts to Sunny's house. Yahello noticed her outfit and asked, "Why are you dressed up? Are you going somewhere?" Sunny smiled. "Not just me, we're both going shopping. I've noticed you've been wearing the same clothes every day. I'm buying you some new outfits and a phone so I can stay in touch with you." Yahello looked puzzled. "Why are you spending so much money on me?" Sunny smiled warmly. "Don't worry about the money. I'll pay for everything. All you have to do is come with me." Soon they arrived at the shopping mall. Sunny smiled. "You look really handsome. If you enrolled in a university right now, you'd probably have countless girls chasing after you." Yahello here. "I'm not planning to make money by taking the easy way out." Sunny teased him. "Do you have a girlfriend? I have plenty of cute single friends. I could introduce you to them." Yahello shook his head. "No thanks. I don't need a girlfriend." Sunny smirked. "Don't need one, or have you just never had one? Looks like you've been single your whole life." Yi-chen fell silent. She's talking about love. She has no idea that for the past 5 years, revenge has been the only thing on my mind. But that doesn't mean I've never fallen in love. Before my family was destroyed, there was a girl named Chu Saran. She told me that if I confessed to her in front of the whole school, she would accept. I was such a fool that I actually believed her. The very next day, I confessed to her in front of everyone. But what happened next was something I never expected. Instead of accepting, she humiliated me in front of the entire school. That's when I realized it had all been a trap. She only wanted everyone to see me as a pathetic loser. I still remember that day clearly. And sooner or later, I'll make her pay for it. Because that day was when I became the laughingstock of the entire school. Seeing the anger in his eyes, Sunny quickly tried to cheer him up. "Being single isn't a bad thing. I'm single too. And we're both living just fine, aren't we?" Yahello gently tapped her forehead. "Focus on what we came here to do." Sunny nodded. "Alright, let's go to the Armani showroom. The clothes there are really expensive, but I can still afford to buy you something nice." Just then, a young woman walked over and asked, "Sunny, who's this? Is he your boyfriend?" Yi-chen immediately recognized her. "That's Kian, one of Chu Saran's followers." Kian sneered. "Your taste has always been terrible, and it still is. Back in school, you were always hanging around that loser Yi-chen, and now look at your boyfriend. He's wearing such cheap clothes. Honestly, he even looks a lot like that loser Yi-chen." Kian's boyfriend looked confused. "Who's this loser Yi-chen you're talking about?" Kian laughed. "He was the biggest joke in school. He confessed to Chu Saran in front of the entire school, but what Saran did to him afterward, everyone still remembers it to this day. He was humiliated so badly that he never came back to school. A few months later, his entire family was wiped out. What a shame he didn't survive. Otherwise, we could have laughed at him even more." Yi-chen's eyes turned cold. "Shut your mouth, or I'll shut it for you." Sunny quickly grabbed his arm. "Forget these idiots. Let's just go shopping." Kian mocked them. "Didn't you just say you were going to Armani? Looking at the two of you, you really think you can afford Armani? Tell you what, buy me a few outfits from there and I'll do anything you ask." After they walked upstairs, Yi-chen asked, "Why did you stop me? I could have taught them a lesson." Sunny sighed. "You just fought Chen Feng a few days ago. Because of that, we ended up at the police station. It's not a good idea to keep getting involved in fights." $51,000? I knew it would be expensive, but I never imagined it would cost that much. I only have $500 left on my card. She forced a smile. "Actually, I don't think that color suits you very well." Just then, Kian walked over again. "I seriously don't understand why this store lets poor people in." Sunny frowned. "Stop talking nonsense. The coat simply doesn't suit Chen Feng. That's why we're not buying it." Kian smirked. "Doesn't suit him, or you just can't afford it? Everyone in our class knows you came from a poor family. Even though you're earning good money now, most of it goes toward your brother's medical bills. You couldn't even finish high school, so stop pretending you're somebody important. As for me, I can say whatever I want. My best friend is Chu Saran. There's nothing you can do to me." She leaned forward arrogantly. "If you've got the guts, go ahead and slap me. You can't even imagine what'll happen afterward." The next second, slap, Yi-chen smacked her across the face. Then he looked at her calmly. "Now I'm curious to see what happens next, and if nothing interesting happens, I'll hit you again." Everyone in the store was stunned. Kian screamed, "You knew I was Chu Saran's best friend, and you still dared to hit me? Do you even know who my boyfriend is?" Yi-chen shrugged. "Whoever he is, I couldn't care less." Kian's boyfriend stepped forward proudly. "I'm the CFO of Wing Group. My monthly salary is $1 million. How dare you offend someone as wealthy as me?" At that moment, an elderly man walked over. It was Shenhai. He looked at the man coldly. "Looks like your salary has made you far too arrogant." The CFO froze. Wasn't Mr. Shenhai dying from cancer? Why is he here? Sunny was equally shocked. If Mr. Shenhai is here to support them, we're in serious trouble. Kian immediately smiled. "Uncle Shenhai, Kajun has always admired you. Thank you so much for coming." Kajun quickly added, "Mr. Shenhai, are you here to inspect the new project?" But Shenhai completely ignored him. Instead, he walked straight up to Yi-chen and respectfully held his hand. "Mr. Yi, I've been searching everywhere for you. For a moment, I was afraid I'd never see you again." Kian stood there in complete disbelief. What's going on? Mr. Shenhai, who even influential people treat with respect, is showing respect to Sunny's boyfriend? Kajun's face turned pale. He called him Mr. Yi? Even Sunny was completely confused. As far as she knew, Yi Chen was just a homeless man. Yi Chen said coldly, I already gave your family one chance, but you failed to appreciate it. Shenhai lowered his head. Please forgive me, I was unconscious that day. My son offended you without my knowledge. I've already taught him a lesson. He's here to apologize in person. Then he shouted, Shenlong, why are you still standing there? Shenlong immediately dropped to his knees. Mr. Yi, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Kajun was terrified. I've known Shenlong for years. He's an arrogant young master who never bows to anyone. Who exactly is this man that even Shenlong kneels before him? Is he from one of the major families in Jiang province? Yi Chen turned towards Sunny. Come on, let's continue shopping. It's getting too crowded here. Kajun swallowed hard. This is the first time in my life I've seen someone ignore Mr. Shenhai. As soon as Yi Chen left, Shenhai started beating Shenlong. If Mr. Yi doesn't forgive me, you'll spend the rest of your life working as a salesman. Kajun hurried over. Mr. Shenhai, there must be some misunderstanding. Before he could finish, slap, Shenhai struck him across the face. You only made things worse. Mr. Yi was already upset with us, and then you used my company's name to threaten him. Shenhai thought to himself, Mr. Yi saved my life. If he's willing to treat me again, I could live another 10 or 20 years. No matter what, I have to earn his forgiveness. Qian trembled. I think we just offended someone incredibly powerful. Keijun sighed helplessly. We'd better start packing our bags, because our jobs are as good as gone. Meanwhile, Sunny looked at all the expensive clothes they had bought. Qian Han, you didn't even have enough money to pay your rent. So how did you suddenly buy me all these expensive clothes? Anyway, thank you so much. Yi Chen smiled to himself. She still thinks I'm broke. That's why she only bought the cheaper clothes. She has no idea that I already have millions of dollars in my account. She's genuinely a kind-hearted girl. Just then, Shenai caught up with them. Mr. Yi, please wait a moment. I didn't interrupt your shopping because I didn't want to bother you. Yi Chen glanced at him. Then why are you bothering me now? Shenhai quickly explained. I'm not here because of you. I'm here because of the young lady beside you. One of my employees treated both of you very badly. As an apology, please accept this small gift. Sunny stared in shock. The bags contained every luxury outfit she had tried on but couldn't afford. He's giving me all of these as a gift. Yi Chen nodded slightly. Shenhai isn't bad. He's genuinely trying to make things right. Yi Chen finally said, Listen carefully, Shenhai. Shenhai immediately replied, Yes, Mr. Yi. What can I do for you? Yi Chen answered, I'm willing to give you one last chance. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I'll come to your house and continue your treatment. I hope nothing like last time happens again. Shenhai bowed gratefully. Thank you, Mr. Yi. I promise there won't be even the slightest mistake this time. The scene then shifts to Chu Suran's villa. Qian said, Suran, believe me, that man was definitely Yi Chen. His personality has completely changed. He didn't look like a loser at all anymore. Yesterday, Mr. Shenhai even addressed him as Mr. Yi. Suran frowned. So that loser came back. I've met Mr. Shenhai before. He's an extremely shrewd and experienced man. He knows exactly who deserves respect. If he's treating Yi Chen that respectfully, then Yi Chen's status must have changed. Qian asked nervously. Does that mean I'm in trouble? Suran shook her head. Even if I believe he somehow survived 5 years ago, he would have spent those 5 years begging in the slums. There's no way he could have risen high enough for Shenhai to respect him. Qian hesitated. But what if it really is him? Suran laughed confidently. Even if it is, so what? He was obsessed with me back then. I'm sure he's still obsessed with me now. Back at Sunny's house, she happily looked through all the gifts Shenhai had sent. She smiled and asked, When did you meet Mr. Shenhai? Look at all these amazing gifts he gave us. Yi Chen smiled. Seeing you happy makes me happy too. Sunny asked again, Are you really not going to meet Jiero? She's the eldest daughter of the Jia family and the #1 beauty in the entire province. Yi Chen sighed. Why do you always bring her up whenever we're having a nice moment? You've completely ruined my mood. I'm going to watch TV. As soon as he turned on the television, a breaking news report about the Chen family appeared on the screen. The news reporter announced, Chen Zhengwu and Chen Feng of the Chen family have been found dead inside their home. Based on the condition of the bodies, the police have confirmed that this is a murder case. This was not a robbery, as nothing was stolen from the house. Sunny looked shocked. Both father and son are dead. Honestly, I've been worried about what we'd do when they came back for revenge, but I never imagined something like this would happen. Yi Chen replied calmly. People like them usually have plenty of enemies. Dying like this isn't all that surprising. Then he grinned. You know, I'm actually an incredibly powerful cultivator, the supreme ruler of the cultivation world, and I'm the one who wiped out the Chen family. Sunny rolled her eyes. Do you ever think before you say things like that? If someone overhears you, we'll both end up in trouble. Anyway, I'm going to try on my new clothes. And don't even think about peeking, or I won't let you off. Yi Chen sighed inwardly. I just told her the truth, and she still doesn't believe me. Yi Chen stepped outside. The herbs I bought from Rain Hall should be enough for today's cultivation. Just then, the female captain appeared before him. She smiled. Looks like we finally meet again. Yi Chen frowned. This girl is trouble. The farther I stay away from her, the better. He said politely. Sorry, officer. I'm very busy today. She smirked. Of course you're busy. You've been killing some very important people lately. You were the one who killed Chen Zhengwu and Chen Feng, weren't you? And you're also the Yi Chen the world believes died 5 years ago. Honestly, I never expected a loser like you to come back this powerful. The Chen family was only the beginning. How many more are on your list? In an instant, Yi Chen grabbed her by the throat. His eyes turned ice cold. If you've got something to say it clearly. Otherwise, one twist of my hand, and this could be the last moment of your life. The captain was stunned. I'm a martial artist too, but I couldn't even see him move. She quickly raised her hands. Relax. I didn't come here with bad intentions. I just wanted to invite you to dinner. Yi Chen let go of her. Like I said, I don't have time. I'm having dinner with my landlord tonight. As she watched him leave, she thought he spent most of his life as a complete loser. What happened during those 5 missing years? How did he become this powerful in such a short time? Whatever he went through, it definitely wasn't easy. Yi Chen returned home. Seeing that Sunny was asleep, he thought, perfect. Now I can refine the pills. He used a microwave as a substitute for an alchemy furnace. Unfortunately, a lot of the medicinal ingredients were wasted. If only I had a real alchemy furnace. Still, using the microwave, I managed to make 5 pills. That should be enough to save Shenai's life. The next morning, Sunny walked out and saw Yi Chen preparing to leave. She asked, Yi Chen, where are you going this early? He smiled. Just think of it as going to save someone's life. If you need anything, give me a call. Sunny watched him leave. This guy is always talking nonsense. Does he really think he's some famous doctor? Then she suddenly remembered. Wait a second, the formula he gave me is literally saving my company. Maybe he really does know a little about medicine. She sighed. The Yi family's death anniversary is only a few days away. Just like every year, I'll probably be the only one visiting their graves. Whenever I go there, I always ask myself the same question. How could such a kind family be completely destroyed? I never even got the chance to see my friend Yi Chen one last time. Meanwhile, Miss Shen was waiting outside Yi Chen's apartment building. Several men nearby whispered among themselves. Who do you think such a beautiful woman is waiting for? One chubby guy laughed. Probably her best friend. Average people live in this apartment building. She clearly comes from a wealthy family. There's no way she'd be waiting for a boyfriend here. Another man nodded. That actually makes sense. Just then, Yi Chen walked over. He smiled. Your observation is completely wrong. The chubby guy frowned. Why do you say that? Yi Chen replied, she's waiting for someone important, and I can guarantee it's definitely not either of you. The fat man snorted. If you knew who I was, you wouldn't be talking like that. Girls call me the god of love. I've won the hearts of thousands of girls in online games. The other guy proudly added, my nickname is Lady Killer. Nobody understands women better than we do. So who are you to question our judgment? Yi Chen smiled. Who I am? You'll find out soon enough. The fat man laughed. People without any real identity always talk like that. The other man mocked him. You're acting pretty confident, as if she's actually waiting for you. At that moment, Miss Shen spotted Yi Chen. She hurried over. Mr. Yi, you've finally arrived. The self-proclaimed lady killer stared in disbelief. The fat man muttered, should I change my last name to Yi too? Miss Shen walked up to Yi Chen. Mr. Yi, you're finally here. By the way, who were those 2 men standing next to you? Yi Chen smiled. Don't mind them. They're both a little strange. One calls himself the god of love, and the other calls himself Lady Killer. Miss Shen whispered, Mr. Yi, you should stay away from those 2. They look like pickpockets to me. Soon they arrived at the Shen mansion. Looking at the pills, Shenhai asked nervously, will these really cure me? I thought you were going to examine my body first. His wife added, if surgery is necessary, we're fully prepared. Yi Chen replied, just be quiet and take the pills. Without hesitation, Shenhai swallowed all 5 pills at once. A surge of energy instantly spread through his body. His complexion visibly improved. Shenhai exclaimed, I feel incredible. It's like I've been completely reborn. Mr. Yi, thank you so much for saving my life. I'll never forget this kindness. He handed Yi Chen a bank card. I've transferred $5 million into this card. I hope it's enough to cover your fee. Yi Chen accepted it calmly. I saved your life. You paid me. Our debt is settled. There's no need to thank me. Shenhai smiled. I own a vacant villa near your apartment. I'd be honored if you moved in. In return, I'd just like to invite you to dinner once. Yi Chen thought to himself, having my own place would make storing my herbs much easier. Besides, Shenhai is one of the most influential men in the city. He might know what really happened to my father's company. My father worked tirelessly to build Jian Company, only to have it stolen from us. Then the entire Yi family was wiped out. I've tried countless times to uncover the truth, but I never found any clues. Shenhai probably knows something. Yi Chen nodded. I'll accept the villa. As for dinner, how about tomorrow night? Shenhai smiled with gratitude. It would be an honor to have dinner with you, Mr. Yi. Yi Chen stood up. All right then. I'll be leaving now. Later, Yi Chen arrived at the backyard of Rain Hall. Grandpa Ju greeted him respectfully. Mr. Yi, all the herbs you requested have arrived. I hope their quality won't disappoint you. Yi Chen examined them and smiled. To be honest, they're even better than I expected, he thought. Old Master Ju is incredibly capable. Bringing him onto my side was definitely the right decision. Then he asked, Mr. Ju, how much do I owe you? Grandpa Ju smiled. How could I possibly charge you? but I know you won't accept them for free. Just give me $1 million. That'll be more than enough. Yi Chen thought. Based on my research, these herbs are worth at least 2 million. Since he's trying to do me a favor, I'll return the favor in my own way. He asked, "Where's your granddaughter? I don't see her anywhere." Grandpa Ju replied, "Ji-wan went to train with her master. If anything she said offended you, I apologize on her behalf." Yi Chen shook his head. "Actually, I wanted to give her something. Since she's not here, give this note to her instead. If she can't understand it, then let her master read it. I'm certain her master will realize how valuable it is." Grandpa Ju smiled to himself. He truly never accepts favors without repaying them. Yi Chen then said, "Mr. Ju, I have one more question. Do you know where I can buy an alchemy furnace in this city? Refining pills with a microwave is incredibly difficult." Grandpa Ju froze in shock. "You can refine pills?" He thought to himself. For thousands of years, no alchemist has publicly appeared. Most of the medicinal pills sold today are ancient pills that were refined thousands of years ago. People even say that finding a living alchemist today is as rare as meeting God himself. Although a few alchemists still exist somewhere in the world, they never reveal themselves to the public. If Mr. Juan is truly an alchemist, then meeting him is nothing short of a blessing for our family. Juan Chen casually replied, "Mr. Zhu, I don't know how to refine pills. I just enjoy collecting these kinds of things." Grandpa Zhu smiled. "If that's the case, then you should come with me to the auction. There's a major auction being held nearby in 5 days. I'm sure you'll find an alchemy furnace that suits your needs there." As Juan was leaving, he nodded. "All right, I'll see you again in 5 days. And send all these herbs to the address I gave you." 2 hours later, Juan returned to Rain Hall. Grandpa Zhu asked, "Juan, you didn't cause any trouble for your master, did you?" She pouted. "Of course not. The only trouble was caused by that Angiat Yu Chen." Grandpa Zhu frowned. "How many times do I have to tell you not to speak like that?" Juan crossed her arms. "Grandpa, you're always praising Yu Chen. No matter how talented he is, there's no way he's stronger than my master." Her master immediately interrupted. "Jihuan, don't say things like that. There are countless hidden experts in this world. If your grandfather praises someone so highly, then it's entirely possible he's even stronger than I am." And Grandpa Zhu sad sighed. "I'm not here to argue with you. Mr. Yua asked me to give you something." He handed her the note Yu Chen had written. After reading it for a moment, Jihuan frowned. "I can't understand a single word." She tossed the paper aside. "His handwriting is terrible." Her master quickly picked it up. "Jihuan, don't do that. Sometimes even a single piece of paper can become a priceless opportunity. And this opportunity was given to us by a true grandmaster." He turned to Grandpa Zhu. "Mr. Zhu, please arrange a meeting with Mr. Yu. You have no idea how great a favor he has done for both me and your granddaughter." Grandpa Zhu looked confused. "Why are you so excited? What happened?" "What he's done is something no one else could have accomplished. The cultivation technique I've been teaching you is called the 7 Young Minds technique. I obtained it when I was very young. The problem was that it was incomplete. Because of that, I advanced rapidly at first. But later I discovered that cultivating an incomplete technique was slowly destroying my body. That's why I deliberately slowed down my cultivation. Otherwise, it would have eventually cost me my life." Jihuan finally understood. "So that's why I always struggle whenever I cultivate. Will this technique harm me too?" Her master smiled. "No, I never trained you deeply enough for the backlash to affect your body. The problems I suffered won't happen to you. However, even if you continue cultivating this technique, your future progress will be very limited." Grandpa Zhu asked anxiously, "Mr. Qin, what exactly are you trying to say?" He thought, "Mr. Qin has protected the Zhu family for many years. If anything happens to him, our family will be completely destroyed." Master Qin smiled. "You could say that I was already living on borrowed time, but after reading Mr. Yi's notes, everything changed. The missing portion of our cultivation technique was written right here. Mr. Yi completed it for us. Now our cultivation will no longer backfire." He looked at Zhuwan. "Zhuwan, we've just met the greatest benefactor of our lives." Zhuwan stood there in complete shock. "Even my master calls Yi Chen his benefactor. Just who exactly is this man?" Meanwhile, Yi Chen arrived at his new villa. He looked around in amazement. "I never expected Shenai to give me such an incredible house. Everything here is perfect. He even had the furniture arranged exactly the way I'd like it. Now I understand how he became such a successful businessman." He smiled bitterly. "Still, living in such a huge house by myself feels lonely. I wish Sunny were here today. I would have brought her with me. Unfortunately, she had to return to her hometown because of an urgent family matter. She seemed really worried when she left. I hope she's all right." Looking around the villa reminded him of his old home. "Our house wasn't nearly this big, but my family was always happy. Now I have this enormous mansion, yet I'm completely alone." His expression darkened. "Tomorrow is my parents' death anniversary. Mom, Dad, I swear I'll avenge you. During my years of training, I stared death in the face countless times and survived. I endured everything for one reason alone, to take revenge for our family. I've escaped death more times than I can count, and I promise, the people responsible will suffer far more than we ever did." At that moment, someone knocked on the door. Ji Chen smiled. The herbs must have arrived. Looking at the mountain of medicinal herbs, he thought, "Good thing I accepted this villa. Otherwise, there would have been no place to store all of these at Sunny's house." Grandpa Zhu respectfully said, "Mr. Yi, we've prepared everything you requested. If you ever need anything else, just let us know. Ji-chen noticed a middle-aged man standing beside Grandpa Zhu. He's a martial artist too. He smiled. You personally delivered everything. I really appreciate that. Come inside. Let's sit down and talk. He then looked at the man. Since this is our first meeting, may I know your name? The man immediately dropped to one knee. My name is Qin Yuanming, Grandmaster. Thank you for saving my life. Ji-hoon was stunned. This is the first time I've ever seen my master kneel before anyone. Qin Yuanming continued. I'm Ji-hoon's master. You've done both of us an incredible favor. For years, my cultivation had been completely stagnant. Worse, I constantly suffered cultivation backlash. But thanks to your corrections, I'll finally be able to break through again. Ji-chen waved his hand. Forget about that. There's something I want to ask you. Earlier you called me a grandmaster. Is a grandmaster considered powerful? Qin Yuanming was shocked. He doesn't know what a grandmaster is? Every martial artist knows the cultivation realms. Ji-chen explained. The truth is, I only returned a few days ago. I've spent all these years training deep in the mountains. I know almost nothing about how the martial world works today. Qin Yuanming nodded. That explains it. I was wondering how someone as powerful as you could be unfamiliar with these things. Allow me to explain. The martial world has 4 major realms. The first is the external realm. The second is the internal realm. Then comes the half-transcendent realm. And finally the Grandmaster realm. Each realm is divided into 3 stages. Ji-hoon is currently in the internal realm. As for you, you've undoubtedly reached the Grandmaster realm. You could even be considered the peak of the modern martial arts world. Yi-chen thought. The cultivation system they're describing is completely different from the one my master taught me. According to their standards, I've already reached the peak. But according to my master's teachings, I'm still at a very low level. Master said there are 6 major cultivation realms, each divided into 9 stages. I'm only at the 5th stage of key refinement. There are still 4 much higher realms ahead of me. That must be why I'm so much stronger than ordinary martial artists. Their cultivation system is far more limited. The people from the capital who destroyed my family were probably following this incomplete system as well. But they certainly weren't weak. Yi-chen then asked, are there many grandmasters in our country? Qin Yuanming replied, I don't know the exact number, but most grandmasters come from powerful families. After all, very few great families can exist without a powerful martial arts master protecting them. Grandpa Zhu nodded. That's true. There are 4 major families in our city. The weakest among them used to be the Chen family. Even their family head cultivates in the mountains and has already reached the Grandmaster realm. Qin Yuanming added, but the Chen family was recently destroyed. Now the Wang family has taken their place among the 4 great families. Yi Chen thought. Before he died, that old Chen threatened me. Well, I wonder when his father will come looking for revenge. But the person I want to meet the most is Chu Suran. Everything started because of her. If she hadn't set that trap, my life would never have fallen apart. The next time we meet, I'll see how arrogant she can still be. Master Qin's expression turned serious. His aura is terrifying. You don't gain killing intent like that by taking 50 or even 100 lives. It takes thousands of kills to develop an aura this overwhelming. I can't even imagine what this young man has been through at such an early age. Meanwhile, Yi-chen arrived at a nearby marketplace. He thought, I wonder what Siwestini is doing. She hasn't answered a single one of my calls. Did something happen to her? If she still doesn't respond by tomorrow, I'll go find her myself. But first, I'm starving. Let's grab something to eat. His eyes landed on a familiar restaurant. This is the place where Wang and I used to eat together. Some of my best school memories were made here. This is also where I first became friends with Wang. When my life was falling apart, he was one of the few people who stayed by my side. But this is strange. This restaurant used to be packed every single day. Why is it almost empty now? Yi-chen walked inside. Uncle Wang, I'd like your signature dish. A middle-aged woman came over apologetically. I'm sorry, young man. We can't serve any food today. We're shutting this restaurant down and moving to another location. Yi-chen recognized her immediately. That's Aunt Zhang. She smiled weakly. If you have time, please visit our new shop tomorrow. Yi-chen thought, they've been running this restaurant here for over 10 years. Why are they suddenly relocating? And judging by the bruises on their faces, someone must have attacked them. Just then, Uncle Wang walked over. Customers are like family. If someone's already come in to eat, we can't turn them away. He placed a dish on the table. Here you go, son. I hope you enjoy it. You'll actually be the last customer we'll ever serve here. If you'd like anything else, just let me know. Yi-chen silently observed him. Uncle Wang is injured too. I'm certain this wasn't just some ordinary fight. Uncle Wang smiled. Enjoy your meal. Today's meal is on the house. Yi-chen looked at the food. It still smells just as amazing as I remember. But just as he was about to take his first bite, someone kicked his chair, sending it flying. Yi-chen crushed the broken chair beneath his foot. Who did that? A young man walked in with several thugs. He smirked. The aroma of your cooking hasn't changed a bit. It's been delicious ever since I was a kid. But uncle, today's the day you close this restaurant. Otherwise things won't end well for you. Uncle Wang and Aunt Zhang turned pale. Master Tiger, why are you here? Tiger sneered. How many times do I have to explain this? Until you pay us our protection money, you're not opening another restaurant. Looks like one beating wasn't enough for you to understand. Uncle Wang pleaded. Please give us a little more time. We'll figure something out. We're just a small business. We can't possibly afford that kind of money. Tiger laughed. Do you really think I don't know what you're planning? I already found the address of your new restaurant. If 500,000 yuan isn't transferred into our account by tomorrow, your new restaurant won't survive a single day. And the day after that, I can guarantee your family won't be safe either. He pointed at Yi Chen. And you, consider this your warning. If I ever see you here again, I won't let you off either. Yi Chen slowly stood up. Did I ever tell you that you could leave? Tiger frowned. Are you talking to me? No, I'm talking to a dog. And that dog's name is Tiger. Tiger exploded with rage. Do you even know who I am? Before he could finish speaking, slap. Yi Chen knocked him unconscious with a single slap. Tiger's men froze in horror. He knocked our boss out with one slap. Yi Chen looked down at Tiger. You're supposed to be some big gangster? One slap was enough to knock you out. Enraged, Tiger staggered back to his feet and charged again. Yi Chen threw a casual punch. Tiger was blasted into the ceiling and embedded in it like a nail. His men were so terrified that none of them dared move. Yi Chen spoke coldly. Get on your knees. Crawl out of here like lizards. If I ever see any of you here again, I promise you won't be walking away on your own 2 feet. You'll be carried out in coffins. The gang immediately dropped to their knees and crawled toward the exit. Yi Chen looked at them. Have you learned your lesson, or do you want another one? Tiger repeatedly begged for mercy. Please forgive us, sir. We'll never bother Uncle Wang again. Yi Chen replied. If I ever see you on this street again, I'll beat you so badly you won't even recognize yourself. Now get lost. As they fled, the gang shouted, Thank you, master. Watching the damaged restaurant, Yi Chen sighed. In teaching those idiots a lesson, I ended up destroying half the place. If I'd noticed this sooner, I would have made them repair everything before leaving. Uncle Wang stared at him in disbelief. Child, are you Chen? I'm sure you're Are You Chen. I'm so happy to see you alive. Yi Chen smiled awkwardly. But how did you recognize me? Uncle Wang laughed. You might forget someone who always paid their bills on time, but no one ever forgets the kid who used to eat first and pay later. Seeing you grow into such a capable young man makes me incredibly happy. Yi Chen smiled warmly. I'm happy to see you too. As long as I'm in this city, no one will ever bully you again. Later, Yi Chen returned to Sunny's house. As soon as he walked inside, he saw a young woman sitting in the living room. He immediately asked, I've been calling you since this morning. Why didn't you answer? Uncle Wang's food is amazing. Come on, let's go eat there. The woman turned around. It was Yahello. She asked, a man in Sunny's house? Are you Yi Chen? Yi Chen looked at her. And who are you? Jiwa folded her arms. You caused a huge scene at my company just to meet me, and now you're acting like you don't even know who I am. Yi Chen finally recognized her. Jiwa, what are you doing here? Sunny is my best friend. I come to her house all the time. It's perfectly normal for me to be here. What's surprising is seeing you here. Sunny is my landlady. At the same time, he thought, so this is the woman Master wanted me to save, but she doesn't look like someone whose life is in danger. Jiwa smiled. I thought Sunny was timid. Turns out she's brave enough to rent a room to a strange man. Yi Chen replied, since Sunny isn't home, you should leave too. If you need to talk to her, do it at the office. Jiwa frowned. Why is he acting like this is his own house? She said, I've been trying to contact Sunny since this morning. She hasn't answered any of my calls. She even missed an extremely important company meeting today. Do you know where she is? I'm really worried about her. Yi Chen's expression changed. So, you don't know either, he thought. Now I'm even more worried. Could my enemies have targeted Sunny? No matter what, I have to find her. Jiwa called after him. Where are you going? Yi Chen answered without looking back. You're Sunny's boss, not mine. So I don't have to explain anything to you? Annoyed, Jiwa said. You were the one who desperately wanted to meet me before. Now that I'm standing right in front of you, you're leaving. Yi Chen replied, there's no reason for me to chase after people who treat me with disrespect. With that, he walked away. Jiwa watched him leave. No one has ever spoken to me like that before. If he didn't possess that incredible prescription, I wouldn't be putting in so much effort to recruit him. I even hired an investigator to look into his background, but there wasn't a single record of him in the national database. That can only mean someone extremely powerful is protecting his identity. Ordinary people would never be able to uncover anything about him. A man like him would be an incredible asset to my company, but controlling someone like him won't be easy. If I want to avoid that arranged marriage, I have to recruit him somehow. I should have approached him properly the very first day he came to see me. Meanwhile, Yi Chen walked downstairs, deep in thought. This city is enormous. I barely know anyone here. If I search for Sunny by myself, it'll take forever. Looks like I'll have to use one of my old connections. I don't really want to ask him for help, but I don't have much of a choice. The scene shifted to the headquarters of the Dragon Group. A man looked at his ringing phone. Only 6 people in the entire world have this number. Which one of them could it be? As soon as he answered, Yi Chen's voice came through. It's me. Don't ask questions. I'm sending you a phone number. Find out where that person is immediately. And don't even think about tracing my location. If you do, I'll take back everything I've ever given you. Even your life. I need to find a girl named Sunny. She hasn't contacted me in over 10 hours. Send me every piece of information you can find as quickly as possible. Then Yi Chen hung up. The man stared at his phone. I've been waiting for your call for 3 years. Every single day, every single night, I prayed that you would contact me again. Finally, you called, Master. Just 2 minutes later, he called back. Master, I found Sunny. Yesterday at noon, she drove to City Hospital. Her car is still parked there. According to my information, her younger brother is scheduled for surgery. The operation costs 700,000 yuan. She's short on money. She has already contacted 3 different people for help. She even sold her car for 500,000 yuan to raise the funds. Would you like me to investigate anything else? Yi Chen replied, no, that's all I need. He thought to himself, I knew something had gone wrong. At least now I know where Sunny is. The scene shifted to the hospital. Sunny looked worried. I've withdrawn every penny of my savings. Even after adding everything together, I only have 400,000 yuan. We're still 300,000 yuan short of Hao's surgery. Sunny's father sighed. We've completely run out of money. The only person who might be able to help now is your second uncle. Her mother added, he called earlier. He should be here any minute. Sunny thought, I really don't like my second uncle, but we don't have any other choice. He's the wealthiest relative in our family. He's always looked down on us. That's why I never wanted to ask him for money. A few moments later, her second uncle arrived with his wife. He said dramatically, I just heard about Hao's accident. Life is so unfair. Bad things always seem to happen to poor people like you. Meanwhile, people like us never have those kinds of problems. Sunny politely greeted them. Thank you both for coming, uncle. The moment her uncle saw Sunny, he froze. She used to be just a little girl, but she's grown into such a beautiful young woman. Sunny's father pleaded, you already know the situation. Hao urgently needs surgery. You're the only one who can help us. I promise we'll repay every cent as soon as we can. Her second uncle sighed dramatically. If only you'd asked me yesterday. I had plenty of money then. Unfortunately, I invested all of it yesterday. Now I don't have any cash left. Inside, however, he sneered. Who would lend this much money to poor people? Who knows when they'll ever pay it back? Sunny begged. Uncle, if Hao doesn't get surgery in time, it'll be too late. His wife suddenly smiled. Honey, sometimes you really don't know how to use your brain. Have you forgotten Mr. Li? The last time we met him, he jokingly said he wished he could find a wife for his son. She looked at Sunny. Sunny is beautiful. Why don't we marry her to Mr. Li's son? Her uncle immediately understood. Li's son isn't normal. He's mentally unstable, but he loves beautiful women. If Sunny marries him, I'll gain countless benefits. His wife asked, Sunny, do you have a boyfriend? No, that's wonderful. Your uncle's business may not be doing well right now, but he has excellent connections. Someone can definitely lend us the money, but we'll have to give something in return. Sunny frowned. What exactly do you mean? Her aunt answered directly. Nothing complicated. You'll meet Mr. Li's son and marry him. If the marriage goes through, your brother's treatment will be fully covered. Your entire family's future will be secured. This is your chance to save your brother. Sunny stood there in shock. You want me to get married? Her aunt scoffed. We're not asking you to marry into some ordinary family. You'll be marrying into the Li family. Not only will they pay for your brother's treatment, they'll support your entire family for life. Sunny's father slammed the table. What nonsense are you talking about? Do you expect me to sell my daughter? Her mother said firmly. Sunny already sacrificed her education to support this family. She started working long before she should have. I won't let her sacrifice her future too. Her aunt shrugged. We're not forcing anyone. You asked us for advice and we're simply giving it. If Sunny truly cares about her brother, she'll agree. Otherwise, that's her choice. She looked toward Hao's room. That child is only 10 years old. His whole life is still ahead of him. Whether he lives or dies depends entirely on his sister's decision. Sunny's father lowered his head in guilt. This is all my fault. I failed to earn enough money. Now my children are paying the price. Her aunt thought coldly. Poor people always put on dramatic performances, but in the end, they'll do exactly what the rich tell them to. Her uncle added, if you marry into a wealthy family, your life will become much easier. You'll never have to struggle for money again. Her aunt continued, the surgery alone costs 700,000 yuan. After that comes the recovery treatment, which will cost even more. There's no way you'll ever be able to afford all of it. At that moment, a familiar voice echoed through the hallway. Who has the nerve to marry my girlfriend off to someone else? Everyone turned around. Yi Chen walked in. He looked at Sunny. Why didn't you tell me your brother was sick? I'm your boyfriend. You should have let me help. Sunny's parents were stunned. Sunny has a boyfriend. She never told us. Yi Chen smiled. You know how shy she is. That's why she never mentioned me. Her uncle and aunt immediately protested. She literally just told us she didn't have a boyfriend. Who are you supposed to be? Yi Chen replied calmly. Looks like words alone won't convince you. He looked at Sunny. Sunny understood immediately. He's only trying to help me. Without hesitation, she stepped forward and kissed Yi Chen. Her uncle and aunt were completely dumbfounded. So, he really is your boyfriend? Her aunt sneered. Fine, then we can't help you anymore. She glanced at Yi Chen. Judging by your boyfriend, there's no way he can afford such an expensive surgery. Yi Chen replied casually. The remaining 400,000 yuan. I've already taken care of it. Her uncle scoffed. We don't believe you. Show us the hospital bill. Yi Chen thought. I came here in such a hurry. I didn't even have time to make any payment. How am I supposed to get rid of these idiots? He said confidently. I didn't pay the hospital. I paid the doctor directly. Not just any doctor, but the country's greatest physician. His aunt rolled her eyes. Don't tell me you're claiming to be Dr. Tu. Yi Chen thought, how did she expose my bluff so quickly? Then he said, yes, I'm a doctor. His uncle and aunt burst into laughter. Just then, someone spoke from behind. Please keep your voices down. This is a hospital. You're disturbing the other patients. Sunny's second uncle turned around excitedly. That's the legendary Dr. Q. He hurried over. Dr. Q, do you remember me? I'm Sun Yong. We had dinner together at a hotel last time. But Dr. Q completely ignored him. The moment he noticed Yi Chen, he walked straight toward him. Mr. Yi, I never expected we'd meet again. Honestly, after what happened at Mr. Sun's mansion, you completely opened my eyes. Everyone stood there speechless. Sunny thought, so, Yi Chen really is a doctor? Meanwhile, Yi Chen looked confused. Who is he again? He asked, what's your name? Have we met before? He smiled. My name is Kiao Q. We met at the Shen family's mansion. Yi Chen nodded. So you're the one treating Mr. Shen. Sunny's mother whispered. Sunny, why didn't you tell us your boyfriend knew so many important people? Yi Chen laughed. The first time I saw you at the Shen residence, I honestly thought you were just a fake doctor who cheated rich people. Sunny's second uncle exploded. How dare you disrespect Dr. Q? He's one of the most legendary doctors in Jiangcheng City. Inside, he thought, Dr. Q is so kind. Anyone else would have lost their temper by now. Yet this kid keeps insulting him. Dr. Q ignored him and asked Yi Chen, Mr. Yi, do you know these people? Yi Chen replied, I don't associate with random nobodies. Dr. Q immediately ordered, throw these two out. They've been harassing our patients this whole time. He looked at them carefully. Actually, they don't look very healthy. It might be some strange infectious disease. Put them both into quarantine. And don't give them any food or water. Keep them under strict observation. Yi Chen chuckled. Your medical skills may be average, but you're excellent at dealing with annoying people. Dr. Q smiled respectfully. How could I ever disrespect you, Mr. Yi? Sunny grabbed Yi Chen's arm. Please help me. My brother's surgery is extremely important. Dr. Q immediately realized the patient Hao is Mr. Yi's girlfriend's younger brother. This is the perfect opportunity to earn his favor. He turned to a junior doctor. I'm taking full responsibility for this surgery. Prepare the operating room immediately. Then he assured Yi Chen, Mr. Yi, please don't worry. I'll personally take care of everything. Yi Chen replied, make sure nothing goes wrong. Dr. Q nodded confidently. I've already reviewed Hao's medical file. His condition isn't too serious. I promise he'll be fine. Yi Chen quickly wrote something down. This is a needle technique. Study it carefully. It'll greatly improve your medical skills. Dr. Q was stunned. This is a legendary acupuncture technique. If I can master it, my medical abilities will advance by leaps and bounds. Yi Chen asked, how much is your consultation fee? Just deduct it from this card. Dr. Q immediately shook his head. How could I possibly accept money from you? Please don't worry about anything. I'll handle it all. Sunny stood there in shock. The surgery is completely free. Her mother looked at her. Sunny, who exactly is your boyfriend? That night, everyone left the hospital together. Sunny's father smiled awkwardly. Sunny, I know you have a boyfriend now, but don't get too close to him just yet. I'd rather not become a grandfather before your wedding. Blushing furiously, Sunny complained, Dad, what are you talking about? Yi Chen laughed. I think your father makes a very good point. He's surprisingly open-minded. Sunny glared at him. How dare you eavesdrop on our conversation? Yi Chen shrugged. Not my fault. He said it loud enough for everyone to hear. Sunny quickly changed the subject. Come on, let's go home. My car is parked outside. She suddenly froze. Oh, right. I sold my car yesterday. I'd go buy it back tomorrow. Yi Chen smiled and held up a key. Why wait until tomorrow? I already got your car back. Sunny stared at the keys. They were unmistakably hers. Even the keychain was the same. Yi Chen smiled. Even if it's only temporary, I'm still your boyfriend. Getting your belongings back is my responsibility. Overwhelmed with emotion, Sunny hugged him tightly. Thank you so much. No one has ever done this much for me. Yi Chen smiled gently. No, I'm the one who should be thanking you. I'll never be able to repay what I owe you. On the way home, Sunny finally asked the question that had been bothering her. Yi Chen, there's something I've been wondering. We're practically strangers, so why have you helped me so much? You saved me from Chen Fen. You saved my brother. You've always been there whenever I needed help. And after all that, you're still thanking me. Why? Is it really just because I let you stay at my house? Now I know you have money, so that couldn't have been the real reason. Yi Chen smiled, mysteriously. There's a very important reason I'm grateful to you, and you'll find out what it is tomorrow. To be honest, tomorrow you'll finally learn the truth about me and about us. What happens next will be revealed in the next episode. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.